To help you all learn how to use Assemblies in Solidworks. First thing we're going to do is you have to go to the website for the cat, and then from here you'll actually download the folder. So you'll click on it, and then that will download a folder. You'll notice this is a zip folder, so we need to open that, and you have to take everything out of that zip folder. You can do that by double clicking it, and then taking these parts and moving them to your desktop or downloads folder. So I'll just drag them to downloads. And after you've done that, what you want to do is you want to open the parts independently in SolidWorks. So I'm going to go to SolidWorks, File, Open, and I will go to my downloads and download those last three parts. So you're just kind of opening them independently. From there, what we'll do is we'll take one of them, and from that one we'll build our assembly. Typically it's the base, like that one. So I'm going to click on that part, and from here we'll go to File, Make Assembly from Part, and then that's going to bring it into the assembly area in SolidWorks. And it's asking what do we want to add. We'll click on our base, and then we will lay it down. All right, now the first thing you always have to do is double check your units. Here you can tell right now it's an inch-pound system, and so we looking at the assignment. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Looking at the assignment, you can see here it says we need to be in millimeters, grams, seconds. So I'm going to come back and change this to millimeters, grams. And then the next thing I want to do is set the origin. So looking at the assignment, you can see the origin is here at the bottom of that front line with our z-axis going to the left. So I'm going to go to my assembly. I'm going to click on reference geometry coordinate system. And you can see nothing's been assigned in that origin. So I will click on that. And I got my z-axis going to the left like it says, and my x-axis going to the right, so that looks correct. If I needed to assign these, I can. I could click on here, and my x-axis, I would click on that line and set that. You can always change the direction of that using this. And then I could click on my y-axis, which would be up and down in this model, click that, and then my z-axis is here to the left, so I could click that line and assign that my z-axis. Now, what's confusing sometimes is you're assigning that coordinate system to this part, not your viewing. So don't worry about this coordinate system, just worry about the one that you assigned. When you're happy with that, then you can just click OK. And now you've got your own coordinate system for the part. So after you've done that, now let's insert our components. I want to insert my arm. I'll insert two arms, so I'll have to do that twice. Insert arm, and then I also have to insert the pin. So insert components, pin, and I have to do that 3 times. Insert components, pin, insert components, pin. All right, now we're going to start using the mate feature. And the mate feature is how you start to actually assemble it. And you kind of want to think of it as like you're building kind of a Lego set. So the first thing you want to do is when you click mate, it's a 2-step process. The first part of the mating is lining up the faces. So for instance here, I'm going to line up the face of this. So I'm going to click that. And this is going to be a coincident mate. And then I'm going to line that up with the same face over here that I want it to be next to. So coincidence is kind of like they're going to be close together. So we'll click on that. Now you can see here that they're in the same plane now. So we can say okay, but now we want to line up the holes for it. So now we'll do a concentric mate. So we'll click concentric, we'll click on the circle there, and then we'll click on the circle there, and now those are lined up together. And then I'll just keep doing that. So again, I'm going to do a coincident mate, clicking on that face and clicking on that face. You can tell here, oh, it went to the wrong side, so I can always flip that around by using the mate alignment there. All right, so those faces are lined up. So now I'm going to do a concentric mate with this outside and then this here. And then now those are lined up. So I'll keep doing that. My next mate is going to be a coincident mate. I'm going to take this part and line that up with that face, and then say okay. And then now I'm going to do the concentric mate of this circle and this circle over here. And now those are lined up. Again, mating again, I'm going to do a coincident mate of that face and a coincident mate of that face. Again, I'll need to flip it by using this. Say okay. After that mate is joined, I'll do a concentric mate of that circle and that circle there. And those are mated together. And then last mate I got to do again as another coincident mate. And this will be the outside of that and the outside of that. And again, I'll have to flip that down here using this. Say okay. And then my next last mate is concentric. I'm going to pick the outside of that shape and then that shape there. Now that everything's nice and aligned, I should be able to move this around and make it kind of move based on those mates. All right. So it's kind of fun to do that. But now that we got that done, I can say okay. And we are going to now look at our assignment. And the assignment says, hey, if this angle's 30 and this angle's, or whatever it says here, angle A should be 45 and angle B should be 60. It's going to want to know what that distance is. So I'm going to come in here to mates. We're going to make a new mate. And this time we're going to make an angle mate. So I'm going to grab the bottom of this and I'm going to grab the face of this. And we'll see if I can flip that around. Nope. So if we do 180 minus 45, that's 135. And there's my 45-degree angle there. And then I'm going to do another mate like that. And this time I'm going to mate this face with this face. And we're going to go to looking at this 60 degrees. So I'll come in here. We're going to do an angle mate on that. 180 minus 60 should be 120. And then we say okay. So that should be the correct. We should have 45 and 60. Take a look at it, just make sure. Okay. It looks like that last mate was the wrong angle. So I can always, with my mates, I can always right click and re-edit those. So it said 120. Let's try 60. There we go. Right. So now that we have that, the last thing I need to do is find out the distance from here to here. So that one I can do, we could do a sketch, and we could actually sketch a line from the center of this. We'll draw a line from the center of this down to here, and then we'll just say escape it. And then now we can do smart dimension of what that is. And we can see it's 100 millimeters. Say okay. So looking at the answer key, if I scroll down, that is 100. Oh, sorry, here. Answer key, that distance is 100 millimeters. And then the other thing we have to evaluate under assembly is we need to do our reference geometry, coordinate system, and no, sorry, cancel that. We're going to do evaluate, and we're going to go to mass properties, and we're going to find the center of mass. You can see right here, but if we look in here, that's not an option. So we'll go here, and we have to actually change this to the coordinate system I created. Now it's at 0, 47, negative 41. And if I look in here for the answer, 0, 47, negative 41 is correct. So those would be my answers for that problem. Now, after that would be this first step for the answer key. They're asking you to change some of those distances. Here on problem B, we're going to go to 30 and 70 degrees. So all I would need to do now is click on these angles and change it. Instead of being 30, instead of being 45, I would change that to be, I would change that to be 30. I'm changing that to 150 because that's 30 degrees. And then I'm going to change the other one from 60, right click, edit, from 60 degrees to 70 degrees. Click OK. And then I can go remeasure that and also go back and check my evaluate mass properties and see how that changed. Good luck and let me know if you need any help.